Climate risks pose serious threats to sustainable development goals. With the largest economy in East Africa with a population of about 48.5 million, Kenya serves as the region's financial trade and communications hub. The country's economy is largely dependent on rain-fed agriculture and tourism, each susceptible to climate variability changes and extreme weather events. Today we take a walk at Waste Electrical and Electronic Equipment Center, that is also known as WE Center in Utawala, Nairobi County. WE Center runs an environmentally friendly operation and is actively involved in offering services of awareness creation and safe disposal of electrical and electronic waste. Couple of questions ran through our minds. What are the end products of these recycled electrical appliances? What's the process? How is it done? Where do they collect the waste for recycling? Has this been able to create job employment to the youths out there? And most importantly, what are the benefits of electronic waste management to human and the environment at large? Well, sit back, relax, we serve you the tea.
So once we receive all fractions, as you can see from here, you can see TVs from a Samsung partner. Once they get here, they get weighed. After they get weighed, inventory is taken, and the final testing is done. This is the testing area. So once the testing is done, we are able to tell the ones that can be reused or recycled or refurbished, and the ones that are completely dead for dismantling. So if they are tested and they are working, we can refurbish them or like reuse them. If they are computers, we can refurbish them and take them to schools. But if they are dead, the next step is on the dismantling table. Now this is where we get our dismantling technicians. They dismantle the electronic equipment, and then after dismantling, they'll separate, depending on the chemistry of the component. Plastics are separated, cables, as you can see, for every section. There are hard disks for computers, circuit boards, we have power supplies, plastic and iron separation. So after they're separated, there are fractions that, for example, like batteries. You can see such fractions are taken there for testing to remold them to create new battery packs, to give them new life.
The organization is so much dedicated in that individual households are sensitized on the dangers of electronic waste and thus encouraging them to dispose the e-waste materials appropriately.
We are running a couple of projects. There's one that we are running with Oracle that teaches young people on responsible management of electronic waste and reclamation of valuable components of e-waste. When we engage the young people in e-waste management, one thing they help us in collecting the trash e-waste that could be polluting the environment. And as they collect this e-waste, of course, they're fully engaged in manpower, or they provide manpower that helps in segregation, dismantling, processing, and the recycling of e-waste, and they get income from that. We are also working with close to 63 SMEs that have been trained on e-waste management, and with these SMEs, you know, there are people who are involved in ICT related activities, maintenance, servicing, and related things. And we have a chain where they channel what cannot be repaired at the shop to WE Center for proper recycling, because we work closely with them, because we believe that, and we know that reuse of electronic devices is a critical component of e-waste management. When we encourage people to refurbish and reuse devices, we reduce the quantity of e-waste that will be getting into the environment. And that is why we find it very necessary to work with repairers, refurbishers, and small SMEs that operate small shops in our communities.
Dear viewer, Did you know that We Center doesn't work alone? It is not an island. This organization actually works hand in hand with Acceleron, a battery recycling company, to safeguard our environment from being contaminated by e-waste materials.
So what we do here is we work with a collaboration with We Center. We collect e-waste from all facilities in Kenya. So what we do with what they get from the e-waste, they get from solar products. They produce lithium batteries from the products, and that's what as Acceleron, that's what we are interested in. So what we do is we repurpose the lithium batteries to make new second life batteries.
Once We Center collects the e-waste, Acceleron picks solar products and devices that are powered by lithium batteries. And according to Mr. Githendu, lithium batteries are not dead. Therefore, they can be revived and brought back to life.
So what we do as Acceleron, when you come here, we check where these cells can be used again and repurpose to make new battery packs. So what you do, we disassemble them, we get single batteries. So from here, we have a machine that is used to test. So what the machine does to test whether the batteries can be reused again by checking the power characteristics, charge control, charge capacity, internal resistance, and also if a battery can retain the capacity. So after doing that, we sort them, and the final thing we do with the batteries is we now make new cell packs. So one of the cell packs is like this. This is a 12-volt battery, has the cells inside. As you can see, this is a pink color. From here you can see the cells inside. So what we do, we use a compression technology where we put them together. We have a BMS, is a battery management system that controls how the battery is charging and discharging, and also to balance the cell inside. So what you do when you get the final product is like this. This can be used to power solar devices, solar lighting, solar pumps, and also can be used for power backups as UPS. We have the small one. It's called an EcoSol, 12 volt, 18 Ah. The H is the capacity, charge capacity. We also have the bigger one. This is a 190 Ah capacity battery with the 12 volt still. This can be used to power bigger systems like power backups. Whenever you have an issue with the battery or we sell the battery to a client, we can open up the battery, remove the sticker, open up the battery, repair the cells again. We can retest them and see if they're dead. If they're dead, we put other repurposed cells.
Taking care of e-waste and waste management in general is a very costly business. So I would say it's nothing that you would do just to become very rich, which is also shown in our mission, where we aim for a safe environment. So the challenges would be when you don't have sensitization and awareness raising, and it's expensive to raise that awareness. And at the same time, you're dealing with a business that you have to have several different permits and certifications, etc., and handle it in a sensible way so that everything goes well. That's a challenge in itself, right? So I would say that's the biggest. Otherwise, here we have potential to receive much more than we do today already, the way we are. But for sure, if we're going to reach some percentages of the e-waste laying around, we need to expand. So it's always, when do you expand and how do you do that and how do you grow organically? So that's also a challenge if we want to. Our goal is set high. We want to expand by 50 times in 5 years to have 50 times as much e-waste coming in.
Once TV and computers' plastic materials are dismantled, the back and the front glass are brought into CRT cutter machine to be separated. They are siphoned into vacuum and later stored. Plastic materials are crushed using plastic shredder into fine particles. Other plastic materials are melted and used to make fencing poles, chairs, and tables. Motherboards are shaped and used for art purposes. I believe you have learned a lot from the activities that We Center is exercising to safeguard the environment. Climate action is not only an individual responsibility, but also a communal duty to ensure that electronic devices in our households are not carelessly dumped. If you and I be on the front line to embrace proper disposal of e-waste materials, then Kenya and the world at large will be at a better position to curb pollution-related diseases.